Hi, this is Nahid, and welcome to the third video in our growth process series. If you remember, we're working our way down the obstacles pyramid, which is our framework for everything that could get in your way. To give you some context, we have a core guiding question, which is if we're smart and capable and we have the freedom to create any life we want for ourselves, why are so many people stuck and unhappy? Well, it must be because something's getting in the way. And so my mission has been to clear the path to success for as many people as possible. Keep in mind when I use the word success, I don't necessarily mean someone else's or society's traditional view of success. I mean success for you in creating the life that you want for yourself. So our starting point is this obstacles pyramid, which gives us a framework, and we've gone through in prior videos. In the first video, I went over the entire pyramid. In the second video, I talked about the clarity level. And now we're on the systems level of the pyramid. So the systems level of the pyramid refers to the way that you organize yourself, and it has three key parts: how you organize yourself, your automatic habits and routines, and how you manage your time. For now, I'd like to start with organization. Bottom line, it's probably obvious, but when things are disorganized, things just take more time. Everything you do takes more time because there's time devoted to, first of all, finding things that you can't find in the clutter. Second of all, buying things that you probably already have because you couldn't find in the clutter. Third of all, solving problems that you could have prevented if you hadn't lost the information that you needed to prevent the problem in the first place. I can tell you a story about a friend that started a professional organizing business, and I would plug her, except she doesn't do her professional organizing business anymore. So I got lucky with her because she's brilliant at it. And I had her come and spend a week with me as my business was relatively new, and I took a week off work just to have her help me organize everything in my office and also actually everything in my home. And the next weeks, my revenue literally tripled. And really, it was because of the confidence I had, because I knew I was on top of everything. And also, it took so little time to find things that I just had that boost in confidence. I was more confident when I was talking to people, and things just started rolling, and I just started running like a well-oiled machine. I was literally surprised at how much it changed. I mean, I expected to be more efficient, but I didn't expect it to increase my revenue and to increase my confidence and all those other benefits. So there are tremendous benefits to getting organized. And what I'm going to teach you here is just a very quick overview of the main principles that she taught me that I still use today. So here are the basic organizational guidelines. The first thing, which was a revelation to me, is that purging, organizing, and cleaning are three separate activities, and they should be done separately so you don't get overwhelmed. Now, I don't know if you do this. I definitely used to do this. When I would think of cleaning, I would be doing everything. So I would be cleaning things, literally dusting but then I would also be throwing things out that I didn't need anymore. And I'd also be trying to organize what's left. And it would take me so long and it would be so draining. I never realized it was because I was trying to do these activities together that are actually separate. In fact, there's even an order. You should purge first, organize second, and clean third. So if you go into a room, you don't have to purge your entire house, but whatever space you want to organize, you want to start by purging, because once you've purged, then you know what you have left, and then you can create homes for things, and you know exactly how much space you need for each home. So you can really think through where things should be in the space. And then, of course, you can do the cleaning, which is the dusting and the washing and all of that. Okay, so how to purge. Only keep what you use or what you love. That was her main guideline. And so what she means by what you use is something that you use regularly. And she used a year as the guideline. So for example, if you have a box of Halloween decorations, you can keep those because you use them regularly once a year. But if you don't use something in, the past year, then it's something to consider letting go of. There are some exceptions to that, and that would be the things that are really costly to replace. So you can come up with a number. It could be a few $100s, and you could also come up with an amount of effort that it would take. So for example, if I have a crock pot that I'm not using anymore because I'm using my air fryer, and I decide, all right, I'm going to get rid of this. It was kind of expensive, but I don't think I'm ever going to use it again. Well, let's say I changed my mind later and I wanted the crock pot. How much would it cost me to replace the crock pot? Well, maybe $100. And it would be really easy. I could do it on Amazon if I wanted, or I could go to the store. So $100 to replace a crock pot, easy to get rid of. That's a good decision to make. But let's say we're talking about the custom replacement cushions for my rocking chair. So I had some cushions for a rocking chair, and I got custom cushions made of a new color for some reason. I don't even remember why I did it, but I like the ones with the new color. But I haven't gotten rid of the old ones. I cleaned them and they're ready, and they're in a very neutral color. I have not used them in years, and I probably won't use them in years. It may be that I never use them. But if I decide to redecorate and the color that I have in this rocking chair doesn't match the room I want to put it in, I'm going to probably want to go back to the neutral color. And if I get rid of those neutral cushions, it's going to take me several $100s, but also tons of time, because I'm going to have to somehow find the manufacturer of that chair and those cushions. And I bought that chair 25 years ago. And then, of course, I'm going to have to, figure out how to make the calls I need to make to get that project done. What's the model of my rocking chair, if they even have models from that long ago. So it's going to be a basic pain. And so those cushions I'm keeping. So that's how you make those kinds of decisions, what to keep and what to throw away. Now, memoirs are often the thing that causes a lot of clutter for people, things that they want to keep for sentimental reasons. Well, the idea is that if you really love something, then you want to display it somehow. You want to honor it. The general principle from my friend is take pictures of the things that matter to you that you don't want to display. And when she was working on my house, she took pictures of dolls I had bought that were broken, but they were special to me. But now I don't need them anymore because I've got a picture, and I can put a little tag that labels where I got that doll and why it matters to me. And now it's just a page in a memoir album, as opposed to a physical thing sitting on a shelf somewhere, or likely taking up space in a box because it's broken. So that's how you deal with purging and purging memoirs. Once you've purged everything, then the main principle when it comes to organizing is everything has a home. So we don't want to be throwing things on shelves and counters. Anything that we can throw on a shelf or a counter that's not of a reasonable size, we want to have some kind of container. So a container or a hook. So anything that has a hole in it, like a dustpan or a broom or keys, you can put things on the walls, and that's where you hang these things. And you never lose them because you always put them in the same place. For me, one thing I have for my office supplies back here are baskets. So I have a lot of little office supplies, and instead of just putting them on shelves sort of randomly and having a cluttered shelf, I have, for example, the ink for my printer is in this one, and some tape. And then I have another box with rulers and bigger things that's a little bit bigger. So it all looks nice and neat, and I have the pretty things on the shelf. So everything has a home. The home is very defined. It's a specific place. And if it makes sense, for example, cleaning products in your closets, instead of just setting them on the shelf, you can have one of those low baskets, and you can put all the cleaning products in that basket. And now it's just you pick up the basket and you take it if you're cleaning, and then you put the basket back. So having a home and coming up with containers for those homes is one of the core principles. That is organization. And in our next video, we're going to focus on habits and routines. Looking forward to seeing you there.